What is going on, everybody? My name is Garke, and today I have a Fortnite tips and tricks video. I got about 10 tips here for you guys, and keep in mind I am no pro. I have 10 wins in solo, 5 in duo, 5 in squad. I mean, I got 70 plus hours played in solo. You know, almost 700 kills, 500 games played. I enjoy this game a lot. I really do. But there's a lot of people out there that don't know a lot of these things and that might need help with Fortnite. And I understand that. So the first thing you're going to go ahead and do is press start. Go to the gear wheel, which is your settings. You're going to want to look at the controller sensitivity. Now, I'd rather just keep mine at 6. I feel like anything else is a little too high. What I do is I make sure sprint cancels reload is on, because if you start reloading, you start getting shot from behind. All you have to do is sprint and then start building, or whatever it is that you do. When it's off, the material that you use will stay the same every single time you press B to bring out your building. Now this is something that people don't even use, and it's just like, why? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go over to the controller setting. You're going to want to go, just kind of scroll over, and you'll find Combat Pro. Now this right here, everybody, this is what you want. Alright? So first things first, instead of up on the D-pad is going to be your inventory. Select is going to be your map. Sprinting and moving is the same. Your camera angle is the same. But you're also going to be able to crouch by pushing in the right thumbstick, and it's also going to rotate pieces when you're building them. B is the same thing, you know, toggle build mode or edit a building. X, same exact thing. But then here we go. Y, you only press it whenever you need to use your harvesting tool, but you only have to press it one time, and it just flips your harvesting tool out, which is super nice. The bumpers, the LB and RB, lets you choose between guns in your inventory. It also lets you choose between ramps, floors, pyramids, walls. It's so much easier to be able to go backwards and forwards on the scroll wheel instead of, you know, having to press Y 4 times just to get it all the way back around. It's really nice. It's super, I don't even know how to tell you guys this, but it saved my life. Combat Pro is a must in this game, 100%. Another thing you're going to want to look at is your audio. Now, sound effects volume, super important. When I'm streaming, I'll keep it on about 50, because otherwise it gets a little bit too loud, you can't hear my voice. But when I'm just playing with my, solos or with other people, I'll have it at 70. The game volume in this game is super important. Super important. One thing that people seem to do wrong, or they're not able to get the hang of, is diving. Now, the trick with diving is the angle. It's all about angles, you know. And the best thing to do is to pull out your glider on your way towards your destination. So I'm gonna do Lonely Lodge. I'm gonna go to Lonely Lodge here and show you guys how easy it really is just to get there. So I lined the cursor up on the top with my compass as soon as I got there, and what I'm doing is, you can see my camera angle, and as you can see, the screen kind of zooms out and zooms back in whenever I, camera angle up or down like that. When it's zoomed in like this, you don't want that. You want it to be zoomed out a little bit. That means you're going to full speed. But if you stay parallel with the ground, like I am doing, you'll go the farthest you can while skydiving. And now I want to land on that main lodge. So what I want to do is I want my glider to take me the rest of the way. So I'm going to need to pull it out here just to be able to glide straight towards it. Now you might be saying, why don't you skydive more? Because right here is going to take me right to the lodge. It's all about the angle every single time. And if it's somewhere that's closer, drop straight down and have your glider take you the rest of the way. This is a good example of taking advantage of your third-person view. Now, I don't know where this guy's shooting these grenades at me, but I am gonna stand behind this tree here and look over the sides of it, waiting to see where he shoots these. When I find it out, the guy's gonna die. Woo! And that right there is how you take somebody down with a fucking sniper rifle. As you can see, I just rearranged my inventory, which is very important in this game, especially with the whole Combat Pro. Because while in a fight, say I have my sniper out and I try quickscoping the guy. He has a shotgun, so essentially what I want to do is after I quickscope him, I'm gonna switch right to mine. And I know that it's 2 clicks away because I put the assault rifle right after the sniper rifle to the right. That's why it's always a good reason to, you know, take a few seconds, press up on your D-pad if you're using Combat Pro, and rearrange things to how you like it. Now, another tip that people seem to always forget about is you can build in this game, you know? You can get resources in this game, so do it. I can't stress enough how important it is to actually have resources in this game and to use them, because of the fact that you can literally build yourself cover, you can build yourself a base, you know, and that's pretty much needed at the end if you ever want to get a W. So as I'm running towards this circle, I'm just taking out some rocks, taking out some trees, whatever I can find, just to get some of that good material. I always try to keep my walls out also, just in case I'm getting shot at. I can throw a few up behind me, throw a few up in front of me, throw some ramps up, run through, break some of these boxes. And as you can see, these pallets, these are the things that you want. Whenever you see these, break them, but not right now because the storm is on my ass. This brings up another good tip. No matter what you have or what loot is on the ground, I don't care what it is, always save a spot in your inventory for bandages, med packs, or shield potions. And if you have bandages and you see a med pack, trade it out for the med pack. And if you have a med pack and say you find a shield potion, always keep the shield potions, because in Endgame you're gonna want all these health items stacked up to the most they can be. If you hit the blue dot while harvesting, it'll do 100 damage instead of 50 damage, which is the usual. Another thing to look at is always use the compass on the top of your screen. Now this is more for playing with other people, as in squads or duos. Because when you see somebody, say there's somebody over by that tree, you can see on my compass that there's a big N, and it's 345 is the number that my arrow up there is pointing at. I would always say 345 to the north, to the northwest, whichever one you know you have to say. And here's another great example of using your third-person view as an advantage. You can look inside of windows without being seen. You can say you think somebody's behind this corner here. You can inch in. You can kind of look with your third-person view. And say if you're in here and somebody's running up, I can see them running up from my right as I look out the side of the door. It's always a good thing to use. Something else that's essential to this game is the game sound itself. So if you don't have headphones that give off game sound, that give off game audio, you're already at a disadvantage. Because footsteps in this game, or building, or destroying, you know, harvesting, it is actually extremely loud to other players. And it's always an advantage to be able to hear your opponents before you see them, along with, you know, knowing that they're in the general vicinity and creating a smart plan to take them out. That guy was horrible. Just gonna say, like, that guy had like no thumbs. That right there is a good example of why you should crouch while you shoot. As you can see, my reticle, it does get a tiny bit smaller when you crouch, which means your accuracy gets a tiny bit better with that crouch. Now with this circle, as you can see, it's next to Loot Lake here, so this is going to be the prime spot to be, the mountain. High ground in this game is a must. If you have the high ground, see, somebody already built up to the high ground, or they jumped down, whichever way. High ground is a must. If you have it and you have materials along with it to build a nice little base up there, that's a game-winning strategy. Now, as you can see with the high ground, I built a small cube base with stairs and floors. Now, you can build it with wood, you can build it with brick, you can build it with stone, but closer to the end of the game like this, with 8 people left, you're going to want to build it with either metal or stone. And see, we are on the hill in the circle. This is a good place to be right now. You can also see that with this high ground and with this base that I made, I'm able to peek my head. I'm able to see pretty much everything going on. That right there is a perfect example of why you should always think that somebody else is looking at you. Always think that somebody knows where you are. Always think that there are enemies nearby, because that's how you survive. And in this game, it's not about getting kills, because if it was about getting kills, the guy at the end with the most kills would win, right? No. The guy that survives the longest and kills the last guy at the end wins. So that's what you want to do. You want to be able to survive. And that's what I came here to give you guys these tips for. Remember, quick overview, Combat Pro, make sure you use it. It's a real lifesaver. It's all about the angle when you're diving. Remember, you want to dive towards your place, towards where you're going, but make sure you are close to the ground and your glider pulls out before your destination so you can glide straight to your place, land before everybody else. It's a big advantage. Thirdly, take advantage of your third-person view. Always be looking around corners. If you know somebody's near you, use it. It is a great way to find out where somebody is before they know where you are. Along with that third-person view, you want to be able to use your microphone. Game sound is important. You can hear footsteps from a mile away, you can hear building from a mile away, and you can hear harvesting from a mile away, as long as you have game. Remember? And then number 5, always act like there's people or enemies near. If you should always think in the back of your mind, is somebody looking at me with a sniper right now? Will I get sniped if I peek over this? You know, is there somebody below me? Is there somebody above me? Is whatever it is. That also goes together with, you know, using your third-person view or using a microphone for game sound. You gotta build and you gotta gather resources. I put these two in the same tip because, you know, they go hand in hand. You need, in this game, building is essential. It is. If you don't build, you more than likely won't win. So you want to get good at building. Make sure you use your compass, not only when you're playing with yourself, but while playing with others in duos or squads. Crouch while you're shooting. It'll up your accuracy and it'll slow down your movement, so if you are strafing, it'll be a little bit easier to aim. High ground is a must. Any hill or mountain that you see that is inside of the circle, take advantage of it, build a base on it, and look for everybody else so you can kill them. Last but not least, number 10, always keep health items in your inventory. That means if you're at 100 shield and you find extra shield potions, take them, keep them. It's needed, it's a must. If you have 15 bandages and you find a med pack, trade the bandages for the med pack. And if you don't find any of that, just keep bandages. It will help you guys out so much. So, this has been Fortnite tips and tricks. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I was able to help you guys out. I'm excited for the new season starting soon in 5 days. I'm excited to have to level up again. You know, I'm excited for this game to grow even more than it has. I'm really loving this game. You know, I might not be a complete pro at it, but I love playing it, and I do decently. So, if I was able to help you out today, guys, make sure you leave a comment below of which tip I gave helped you out the most, and let me know what level you guys are in Fortnite and how much you're liking it, maybe what you want to see in the game in the future. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed, if I did help you at all. Subscribe for more if you want to see more Fortnite or Call of Duty or Clash of Clans content, whatever it is, I put it out. I got Motivational Mondays that I'm starting, which is a great thing. Otherwise, thank you guys so much. It's been Garke. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.